Tell us what you hiding under cover. In the name of transparency, you want all the trust from we, but you undercover. Undercover. Accountability, tell us what that means to we, if you undercover. Undercover. But what in the dark, they suddenly come to light, and against injustice and strife, and all people prepared to fight. Cloud smoke underneath to bring down the government. And today confess and he repent. Eddie admitted doing mischief. Today they live to regret it. His lies, allegations and accusations, an apology and $10,000 in donation. And initially you lied to win election. You must continue lying for the nation. I can't take it no more. I'm going on the Judge Grant show because of undercover. I enjoy immunity from the media in this country because of undercover. Undercover. But what goes up does always come down. And if we're not right, certainly we're not wrong.
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
And to the people, Mr. PM, don't play with the Canadian people, because the wind is turning around. That's all. Like all you did, only plan how to win. And after that, all you can do are thing. Eat a meal. So what? It's like how you're deaf and can't hear that still. Still waiting for one project to take off. Like it's zoning doesn't help them could start. But prepare yourself and burn your belly. Cause the wind turn around heading back for me. So I said the wind of change, it's blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it's blowing back where you came from. Hear the people out on the streets. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling is sick. We want kids, we want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young men out on the block. Man, they say they're tired of the old talk. Listen to them. Every day is blah, 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 blah. That alone. And they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord God. Woo! I say be careful, the wind turning around. Be careful. Woo! PM like the whole country on a halt. Like your cabinet brain lock in a vault. Be careful, sir. Don't play with the Canadian people. The wind turn around. Woo. Open your eyes, sir. Listen, sir. We healthcare system, well, that's in array. No medication, so them nurses say. Be careful, sir. Unemployment, well, that gone up sky high. Too high, too high. CCC coming back, that was a lie. Big lie, big lie. Plenty people now, they living like bad. Afraid to see a meet a man when he pass. They say they can't wait for another year. Keep playing your deaf and all you can't hear. Listen, but I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out on the streets. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country drowning in pain. We want kids, we want kids. They will never make that mistake again. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the old people, them at home. My granny, they say right now they feel so alone. Don't leave them outside. They thought that I was coming to them. What happened to the pension? But it's like they end up with more problems, problems, problems. Listen to the voice of the people. Listen to the voice of the people. Listen, sir. The wind on the wrong side. Don't play with the Grenadian people.
We want kids, we want kids. We want kids, we want kids. We want kids, we want kids. We want kids, we want kids.
Man, but just like him. But be not afraid, for will come suddenly. Just as the longest road comes to a bend, so do the evil works of evil men found to soon to come to an end. I sing the man. Who don't care that the devil takes over their kingdom, they would kneel if they feel that they could cross a deal. But whoa, come safely, man. Whoa, come safely, yeah. Now workers who want to please employers and their bosses by victimizing their neighbor, because today their party is in power. I see, but they know what they do is wrong, and it's weighing their conscience down, because all men know that no man knows the hour. Man, but be not afraid, for there is your enemy. Just like him, but be not afraid, for will come suddenly. Just as the longest road comes to a bend, so do the evil works of evil men found to soon to come to an end. I sing.
Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. Yes, indeed. My name is Sheldon Scott, here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 8 minutes after 8 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada, our final program for this week. Saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums.
But
So special good night to all of you on the YouTube. Let me see who is there tonight. Good night to you, Carl Jones, Marlon Panchu, Sherma Jerma. Hey, good night to you, Zayla. Yeah, Zayla, I hear you lick up the cross country today. I hear you come first in kindergarten and fourth overall. Congratulations to you, Zayla. You know Uncle Shalang will give you a nice little present for that. Right. Zelia, waiting for when you go in and run, and Zoe. I want to hear when you run into it. Nice. Phyllis Mitchell, good night to you. Kashima Roberts, good night. Listra Abraham, Faithlin Hallie Douglas, Vanessa Lalji, Alban Harris, Gemma Warwood, Errol Bonaparte, Maud Martin, Wilfred Antwine, Baby Daddy, good night to you. Kathleen Ledlow, Gavin Thomas, good night. Janice Mitchell, Anna Lewis, Maria Noel, Lyndon Panchu, Matthew Bowen, Jesse Sherry, Sandra Pascal, good night to you. Xavier don't want to Xavier to go to bed. Go to bed, Xavier. Right, Jacket Man, good night to you, bro. I know you're in the struggle, brother. I know you're in the struggle. Cindy Thomas, good night. Jenna Benjamin, Jacinta Livingston, good life. Clive Raymond, Hermina Batiste, Dominic Leroy, Velma Pascal, Marilyn Ferguson, Deborah Laborde, Christine Otley, good night to you. Elsie Peters, Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, good night. Carib Spice, Dennis Bain, let me see, Liza Bernard, Jackie Raymond, Lydia Isaac, Dolores Redhead, Ron Julian, good night. Yeah, for some reason there was no Simon Says today. I don't know. I didn't see anything come out. I'll check the page and see if they put a notice up. Kenny Buckmeyer, Ashma Charles, Veronica Lewis, Jacinta Alves, Harrow Ogilvy. Good night to you. Michelle Alexander, Dominic Antwine, Maxween Belfon, Sky, good night. Manda Moses, Cynthia Bartholomew, Hillary Joseph, Antonito, good night to you, bro. And let me see who's over on the Facebook. I see Sonny Green is there. Good night to you. And let me see who else is there. Nicola Batiste, Patsy Budd, Leroy St. Paul, Norma Roberts, Cynthia B, John Mark, Nakisha Jones, Shauna Simpson, Nesta Sinclair, Charmaine Ragbasing, Olive McSween, Yvonne Courtney, where Maryland? I ain't seen Maryland. Anna Lewis, good night. Loretta Charles, and let me see who else. Laslyn Douglas, Enid Decoto, Shemi Joseph, good night to you. Hey, Keda, good night. Enoch Dennis Bain, Betty James, and let me see, adorable Kathy Gilbert Levine, good night to you, my love. Agatha Debole, Susan Steele, Gillian Prescott, good night. McLean Mitchell, good night to you. Etta Batiste, Bernadette Joseph, good night. Charmaine Thomas, Dixie Ann, my soul, girl. Dixie Ann Victor, good night to you. All right, Sean Batiste, Claude Abraham, Joan Henry, Jay Jones, Louisa Williams, Norman Noel. Special good night to each and every one of you. Ruth Thomas, Denise, I'm seeing all of you. A special good night to each and every one of you. I hope that you all have been having a fabulous night and a fabulous day so far. Yeah. Also, I'm seeing a note here from Sonny Green. It seems as though Jenny says the program will be on tomorrow instead at 5. So we'd look forward to that. Yeah, so Jenny probably put out a note. I didn't see it. So yeah, and I was kind of tied up this afternoon. So Jenny put out a note that it's on tomorrow. Good night to you, Amisha. Good night to you, JJ. Yeah, JJ, good night. All right. See him run to the computer now. Yes, a special good night to JJ. All right. Nice. Good night to you, Kinza. Yeah, good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Kathy Albert, Kathy Pope, the Kathys. Yeah, good night to all of you.
God let them who don't care that the devil takes over their kingdom, they would kneel if they feel.
And folks, we're opening the phone lines here. It's our final program for this week. 440-7377. Let's see who will be the first caller tonight. 440-7377. You can also call us on WhatsApp on that number. Same number, 440-7377. You know, they did a 3-hour, well, I don't want to call it a press conference because the press was not allowed to ask questions. I don't want to call it a press briefing because it was basically like, in my mind, it was some people trying to save their jobs. Yeah? When you listen to the minister at the beginning and the end, although he didn't say much, he said a lot by not saying much. Yeah? And then you realize that in one or two instances from some of the department heads that were speaking, it seemed as though they may be under the belief that their job is in danger. So they have to report and say, hey, I do this and I do that and I do the other and all kind of thing. Leave me there, leave me there, leave me there. Yeah, but it's a public service. You know what could happen. All right. So that's the kind of impression. But meanwhile, I'm still getting stories of people going to our major health facilities in Maribo and the General Hospital and can't even get antibiotics. I'm still hearing stories about those sort of things. Basic things that should be available that are not available. The talk is one thing. Talking about these things is one thing. Yeah? Saying that they're available and saying that people lie and saying that people not talking the truth and saying that, the people on social media, they say that's one thing. The reality, when someone who is ill goes to one of these facilities and goes through exactly what is being said on social media and on programs such as these, that's a totally different thing. You cannot blame, you cannot be upset with a person because they are speaking about the reality of what they have gone through. Yeah? You can't be upset with them for that. And that is exactly what is taking place in a lot of instances. So yes, it's okay. You can have whatever interaction, media interaction and so on. You can speak for the 3 hours and you can say all sort of things. Does it change the fact? Does it change the fact that when someone goes to the medical station or they go to the general hospital or they go to Maribo, that that person is unable to receive the medication that usually they would be able to receive? Their high blood pressure medication, their diabetic medication, and many other medications. Does it change the fact that the people that now have to buy medication or who have been buying medication over the years, that when they go to the pharmacies now, that the price of the medication has in some instances doubled or gone up by at least 30 and 40%. The salaries haven't gone up that level, but at least what they are going to be paying has gone up by 30 and 40% when they go to these facilities. Yeah? So we are seeing situations like that. And yet still you hear people saying, well, no, Rome isn't burning, that is just a fire. You're seeing fire all over, Buildings on fire, things collapsing, people running in the street screaming. But they stand up there like Nero fiddling and say, no, Rome is not on fire, everything is all well and good. Yeah? Try to fix the problem instead of trying to make yourself look good. Because by fixing the problems, you're going to make yourself look good. Yeah? Trying to take all the credit for facilities that were already built and so on when you came in and were already staffed and so when you came in and all the things for it was already organized when that's one thing. But at the end of the day, what you have been doing, how does that improve the patient experience? When somebody is ill and 2 o'clock in the morning, they have to be rushed to the emergency room and then they're writhing in pain outside and have to stay there for the next 2-3 hours. Even though there's no bunch of people there, but they're there for 2-3 hours. And I'm not putting the blame on the staff here because in many instances, that's part of the problem. They don't have staff. Because we heard during that press conference in a lot of instances, people saying, hey, my department, this is my department and so, but my department going through a lot of R&R, resignations and retirements. I've been meeting people who are in the health service as well as police officers as well, who are saying that, look, we have, I meet police officers that say, well, it didn't make sense. I wait there until they send the retirement age up to 65, You mean they want to make me work additional 5 years? No, I'm taking it now. I make my time within the service. I've made the required time to take early retirement. I'm taking my early retirement and take what package I could get and go now. So you're hearing these things and you're seeing these things taking place throughout the public service right now. You have the public servants who are going through the problem at the ministerial complex, which obtains to the air conditioning system, which is causing serious discomfort to many of the public workers there. Yeah? I don't know if last I heard of it was sometime last week. I don't know if it continues right now. I did hear, and they alluded to it during the Ministry of Health press conference, because there has been the situation there where workers basically by the time after 12 and that sun goes over to the western side, forget it. That becomes an oven. So vast majority of workers, they have to leave early and go. But we have these situations and you have people who are speaking and trying to give the impression to the Grenadian public that, in other words, they're trying to, there's a terminology for it. I think it's not gas. Is it gaslighting? What they're basically trying to do is to make you believe that your reality is not reality, but that what they're saying is actual reality. That's what they've been doing. Yeah? So that no, you go to the health center and you're getting everything you need. That you're going to these various facilities and you can find everything that you need. They're trying to convince you that it's not true that doctors have not been receiving their salaries. I'm seeing police officers and nurses and so on. They're wondering what type of Christmas they're going to spend, because especially with the bi-monthly payment. Remember, it doesn't mean that they're going to have the same spending power at the same time as they usually have. So they're wondering how that's going to work out. How the bi-monthly is going to work out for them when it comes to Christmas, and I know usually December, you have that payment that's made mid-December and so on. So they're wondering how that's going to work out for them and how it's going to work out for them into January and so on. So there are people that are out there that are seriously concerned about many of the things that are going on. And instead of addressing these issues, you have people parading because, and I believe it's they're trying to save the job. I'll say it again. I believe that the Minister of Health has probably received either a direct message or an inkling that his portfolio may soon be in the hands of somebody else. I'm getting the inkling. There was recently a meeting. The Prime Minister met with the doctors and nurses and so on at the General Hospital, I believe, and at Maribo. And the Minister of Health was not there. That says something to me. That should be saying something to all of us. If you're meeting with the staff at those facilities, I think that the minister should be somewhere around to hear directly the concerns of these healthcare professionals. But instead of that was the Prime Minister and Ms. Andrea St. Bernard. In fact, there's a GIS release in relation to that. So it's not just me saying it. There is actually a GIS release where they're speaking to that meeting having taken place. Yeah? So it leaves you to wonder, why would the Prime Minister go and meet with the staff at these facilities and not do so at a point in time when the minister could also be there and understand what is taking place? Yeah? And in fact, let me see if I can find that one and pull it up for you.
So do the evil works of evil men found to soon to come to an end. I sing the man.
Right, so there is a release. If you check the GIS Facebook page, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, along with Miss Andrea St. Bernard, Ambassador, Special Envoy for Development and Investment in the Prime Minister's Office, recently held two significant meetings with the dedicated doctors of both the Princess Alice Hospital and the General Hospital on October 26th and 27th, respectively. The discussion was marked by transparency and depth, as the various challenges and issues faced by our healthcare professionals were meticulously addressed. The dialogue encompassed both immediate concerns and long-term strategies aimed at enhancing conditions for healthcare workers and the facilities they operate within. Prime Minister Mitchell expressed the deep gratitude to the healthcare professionals for their dedication and assured them that their concerns have been noted and will be diligently addressed. This meeting served as a reaffirmation of government's dedication to a brighter and healthier future for Grenada. And I'm still trying to see where the Minister of Health is in any of these pictures, because we see Miss Andrea St. Bernard there. Yeah, the same one with the Citizenship by Investment Company there. Yeah, it's based on Church Street, somewhere on Church Street there, right next to Cooperative Bank. If you see a big building and you see ASB on it, yeah, that way she places there. Citizenship by investment. Well, two citizenship by investment people that sit down there. So the Prime Minister and Miss St. Bernard. Let me see if it have a picture. We'll know there is some of the doctors there. Yes, I think there is Dr. St. Louis and so, right, and the Prime Minister, right, more doctors. I'm still looking to see if we see the Minister of Health here, because I would think that if the Prime Minister is going to meet with the doctors at the two main hospitals on island, that the Minister of Health should be included. The fact that he's not included tells me and you something, eh? So I feel he wasn't on the island. All of a sudden he find the time, and we're still looking to see if we see him. All of a sudden he's found the time to be visiting all the healthcare centers around the island and so on. Yeah, after a year, that's when he now find the time to visit the healthcare center. He visited one in Laborie. How's the staff down there going? You understand? But he's been visiting with them and so on. Again, I think this one might be at Princess Alice and so, I'm not sure where they're meeting there. But meeting with and I'm not saying that's a bad thing that the Prime Minister is meeting with them, but we have to ask the question, where is the Minister of Health in all of this? Yeah, maybe they're listening and they're taking our advice, so maybe maybe they're finally going and get rid of the waste of time Minister of Health. Seriously, because that one wasting time. Yeah, you know the only problem is who you're going and select from in the cabinet to replace, because it's not like you have competent and capable people inside there. Because basically all have been failures at their various ministries. I mean, who you're going to take? You're going to take Ron and give him that ministry? Ron ministry basically becoming a statutory body? No, seriously, the Ministry of Youth is quickly becoming a statutory body. Because now you have remember, you now have the National Sports Council is responsible for all sporting facilities on the island of Grenada. Not if it's a private sport facility, no. But those basketball courts, and so the public basketball courts and tennis courts, netball courts, those things, yes. All of that falls under now, not the Ministry of Youth and Sport again, it falls under the National Sports Council. Together with that, you also have the situation where all of the playing fields, so all of the staff as well that upkeep those playing fields, the people that had to cut those playing fields and so. And we're still waiting to hear who are the people on the National Sports Council. Because I'm pretty sure that there are no set of parish sports council, because they're supposed to have parish sports councils organized. So the first question is, are there parish sports councils? And if so, did those parish sports councils make their recommendations for persons who are making up now the National Sports Council? And if that is so, why has it not been gazetted? Because I realize this government seems to be afraid of doing things the legal way. Now, the legal way means that if you are appointing people to that council, that it has to be gazetted. As far as I've learned, there is a secretariat. There is, I think, 2 or 3 staff working at the National Sports Council or whatever. But now that if somebody wants to utilize a facility now, what is the procedure for them? I know before you write the Ministry of Sports, you say you want to have an activity here or there, and okay, they give you permission or they don't give you because there's something taking place, whatever. Yeah? So now people have to write to the statutory body. And that is as of the 7th of this month. We are on the 9th. So it is active now. It has been gazetted. And I'm saying that due especially to the fact that we do not know who are the members of the National Sports Council. We have no idea. We also have no idea, right? What is the proper procedure now under the National Sports Council to apply for use of a playing field or facility? And in addition to that, there is Section 17 of the National Sports Council Act, which is very draconian in nature, in that any individual using or attempting to use, is not just utilizing, They find you stand up in front of a basketball court, so it look like you're attempting to use the basketball court. You could be charged for that as well. Yeah, it's very broad in its scope. We have a caller online.
Hello.
Hi, good night.
Good night. I just want to find out, does Talking Points be on any radio station?
Usually we are on Real FM on Mondays and Tuesdays.
On what?
On Mondays and Tuesdays we are on 91.9, 91.5, Real FM.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but
so it's not on tonight?
No, it's not on tonight. We're only online. But
okay, online I was getting but my internet, so I can't get it tonight. Okay, good night.
All right, my dear.
Yes.
Yeah, so that might be one of the changes in the new year. We may try to get it onto a radio station for every night. As I said, I've been listening to you, and that caller is having problems with the internet. When that happens to people, what do? Yeah, they look for terrestrial radio. So we're going to be working on all those things for the new year. And folks, remember to like and share the live. So I was saying, when it comes to the National Sports Council, right? There is that section. And let me see if I can find it. I'll find it in a little while. That speaks to entering or attempting to enter. And I'm saying that section C, I'm saying, why is that necessary in that sense? Okay, if there's an activity, a sanctioned activity taking place, and somebody enters with the intent of disrupting that activity, that is one thing. But there are laws that already cover that. There was no necessity to put that under the National Sports Council. We already have laws under the Criminal Code in relation to those things. They also criminalize if someone is not only trying to enter the location, but if you end up in an altercation with somebody who is a representative or working with the National Sports Council, that is a criminal offense. And I saw no necessity to place that in there because that's already under the Criminal Code. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Hey, good night, brother.
I have two questions. I have two questions for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like you to research them, and maybe in another program you could give the answers so all of us Grenadians, Carrico, and Petite Martiniquans can get the answer.
Mm-hmm.
The first question is, because I got a message from the new ambassador from Grenada to the United States and the OAS.
Hello? Caller, I think you accidentally placed your phone on hold, so we're not hearing you. Hello? Hello? Caller, you placed your phone on, we're not hearing you because you're on hold, so I don't know. Oh boy. Yeah, you know that happens sometimes. You're using your mobile device and you go on hold. So I don't know if that is what happened or maybe a call came through or so because it's a WhatsApp call. So I'm not sure what took place. So caller, give us a call back. Yeah, give us a call back. I'm not sure what took place. They give us a call back. Right? Yeah, so I'm saying, and let me show you all. Caller, give us a call back because, okay, I think the problem may have been a call came through on their end. So let me just make sure I can lock the call in. Yes, I'm not sure what happened there, but your call went on hold.
I don't know what that, because I'm not a man about technology.
Yeah, it
Some
happens.
other company was calling me.
Oh, okay.
So two
That's right.
questions, and I always try to be brief. The first one is, I got a message. I don't know how the embassy in Washington from Grenada contacted me, talking about a year-long celebration for the independence. A whole year. That's what they sent to me. I'm not connected with them, but I got it. Are you there, sir?
Yes, we're listening.
Now, they're saying they're having a WhatsApp conversation soon. They gave me Zoom. Sorry, I said WhatsApp. Zoom. So we will be connected. Some kind of gentleman name is whatever who they gave it. The new ambassador to America and the OAS or whatever for Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
They want to have this Zoom meeting and contacted me for this year-long celebration. That's Grenadians' money. The people who struggle in Grenada, that's that money paying. Now, I want to ask you, so you may have to do the research. If they're talking about a year-long celebration of the independence for 50 years, I want to hear if they're going to be talking about the contribution of Sir Eric Matthew Gary the contribution of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell or whoever came in and between, because they don't know anything about the 50 years. They have to talk about the contribution before they just came in. They are never circumcised. They just came in. So they have to be praising those who were there before them. And the Honorable Keith Mitchell, he's supposed to be front and center. I hope they will be talking. I will be joining them on Zoom. I will be listening to them. They did not do anything for the 50 years they just came in. So can you check for me, please?
I will attempt to do so.
What are you saying?
No, I said I will attempt to do so.
Okay.
I will try my very best. All right?
Yes, sir.
No problem, my brother.
Well, I'll just cut it off from there because I know there are a lot of people who have questions for you. The second question, I will cut it off for now.
No, you can
Take
ask it.
care
Go,
and
no,
God bless.
no, but you can go ahead. You can ask it. No problem.
No, there are a lot of people. I'll listen.
Okay, brother. All right, no problem. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. That is the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, and the caller was asking if they're going to... I am not sure what they will be discussing at those meetings. What I will say is that thus far, from what I have seen myself, and I must say I have not gone out of the way to follow up on anything that has happened thus far, it seems as though they're trying to belittle the work of Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the New National Party. And when I say that, they refer to things, and most of the stuff they tend to refer to is the revolution, the revolution, the revolution, the revolution. Yes, the revolution did it good, it did it bad. The revolution had its time, 4.5 years. The New National Party did quite a lot. So we're waiting to see, a lot of us, we're waiting to see how that 50th anniversary of independence develops, and if it's really and truly going to be broad-based, as inclusive of all Grenadians, or if it's going to be a partisan political thing. Good night, caller. You're live.
Yes, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Yes, Sheldon. Last week, it's not concerning the independence or anything.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, yeah.
Last week, I spoke to you concerning the 3 tractor trailers. You know, this afternoon on my way down from Upper St. David's, there was a tractor trailer carrying one of these heavy things that it was chained down on the...
An excavator, yeah.
An excavator. You know, on my way down, I see one fall off a truck.
Jesus.
And the truck was going faster. It fell off on the side of the road to the common V, not the opposite direction. So just this big, heavy thing. What about if a vehicle was at the point in time when this thing fell off the truck?
But in my view, that's an extremely serious situation. It means that it was not properly secured, and that could have cost an individual or many individuals their lives.
And it was going down on houses to the bottom of the road. That is after I passed the Seventh Day Adventist Church in Corinth. Mm-hmm. Just as you take that big corner going up to the school, at going down is at the left hand, going to Grenville is at the left hand side, mm-hmm. and there are houses underneath the road there. What if it went down on a house and it's heavy?
Because you spoke about that last week and the speed that they're driving with, the recklessness basically,
yes.
And that some of them are driving with.
So
and now for
Kenyan
that
have
to happen,
to do better than that. Make sure these things bolt properly.
Yeah.
And it bugging me. It's something a nightmare to me every time I see these things and I'm on the road, and driving recklessly.
And of course, you don't want to be talking about it after the fact that something come and it happened and somebody lost their life. You want to make sure that you speak about it first. Yeah.
Then they're going to see the police officer coming on the radio and saying, "Oh, the law is there, but it's not in use, and they don't respect the law." Look at this bus that was taken, that flip over and all this, that damage. So much. What's going on? Instead of the painting the road in black and white, do something else. Think about something else. The whole country is going black and white now. I wonder if they know the meaning of the black and white they put in on our nation's streets.
I think within the regulations, it's supposed to be black and white.
Internationally, everything that you does have a meaning. And this black and white have, who don't know. Who know. This black and white have a meaning, and let's leave it right there.
No, because I don't know, so I have to leave it there.
Right. If you do a research, you might find out. And I encourage you to do the research.
Okay.
I'm pretty young, and I know it have a meaning.
All right.
Right? So I'm talking about the road users and these big heavy trucks that carrying these things. The government need to look into that. The Ministry of Transportation, the police, and all these people that is in charge, I will call in on them, please look into that and do the right thing. Put things in place so these things wouldn't happen again. These owners of these heavy equipment and these big trucks put laws in place so that they will know when something happens, they're responsible and they have a good fine to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So they know when they have to dig their hands deep in their pockets, they will know to do the right thing. Okay, Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right, my dear. And before I go back onto the sports thing, not only that, I think if you're traveling with something like that, you ought to ensure, try your very best. Yes, we know accidents do happen, things do happen, but you have to ensure that it is properly stabilized and properly secured before trying to transport it from one location to the other. And then in transporting it, that you do not do so in a reckless manner. There are some people that you see driving some of these trucks, not all, but some of these truck drivers, my goodness, I don't know if they don't think that sometimes with the recklessness in which how they're driving, that it could be one of their own family members that might be in the vehicle that they caused to run off the road or run into them or they run into. Yeah, it might be one of their own family members, one of their own loved ones. But you see the reckless sort of driving that takes place. Yeah, so that is something that definitely has to be looked at. Also, there's the continuing issue of the overloading of some of the trucks and then the dumping of the gravel at different corners and different areas, because the trucks are so loaded that when they're passing certain areas, it overflowing onto the road and so. And that, in my view, needs to be looked at as well. The motorbike men could tell you it definitely needs to be looked at as well. Folks, the phone lines are open. You can call on any issue, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Good night to you, Patricia. Good night to you, Matthew. Good night to you, Ian. Good night to all the listeners out there in Canada, yeah, and Shirley and the others out there in London. So, folks, I was speaking to you earlier about this one, because under the National Sports Council Act, and we mentioned that earlier this week, yeah, we mentioned this earlier this week, any person who willfully disrupts any sporting activity sponsored by the council. So we understand that one. But assaults any members, officer, or servant of the council in the execution of his duty. Was there necessarily a need to place that into this act? Assault is already a criminal offense under the Criminal Code of Grenada. So was it necessary to place this, again, redundantly, under this act? Enters or attempts to enter any sporting facility. So not only enter, but if a police officer or so believes that you attempted to enter. So you're telling me that even technically here, and it's not stretching, it just shows you how ill-conceived and ill-constructed this act is. Enters or attempts to enter. So if I stand up with a basketball in my hand in front of the basketball court, I ain't go inside, I stand up in front of it. So it may be perceived that I am attempting to enter because I might be facing the doorway. You're telling me I could be charged for that? I stand up with a basketball, so it look like I go in and play basketball. I buy the basketball court and I face in the door, but I ain't enter. I could be charged. I look like I go in onto the playing field because I stand up at the edge of the playing field. So it look like I'm going to go on the playing field. That is a charge. Because it says enters or attempts to enter any sporting facility. So entering, actually doing it, or if it seems as though you're attempting to enter, that is also a charge. Yeah? To make use of any such facilities or playing field under the control of the council, other than that which is authorized by the council. We know many places around Grenada, people are crossing the playing fields to get to and from home or to and from work and different things like that. Yeah, some people go across. They make a shortcut across the playing field and they go about their business. As I said, having it in words, having it in law is one thing. The implementation, would be interesting to see how they intend to implement this particular one. Yeah, it would be very interesting to see how they attempt to implement this particular one. Folks, 440-7377, that is the number for you to call and get on to the inside. And someone is saying here, they think the sign with the traffic lights, let me see, the sign with the traffic lights is too close to the traffic lights. Should, the thing with the traffic lights is, I believe, I think some people give the impression that traffic lights are something new, that we never had traffic lights. We've had them before. They haven't been out of service for 5 years. They've been out of service for just but I'm wondering if it's even 2 years that they've been out of service. Yeah, so people who've been driving before, that's one thing. New drivers, when they were doing their driving course, they were told how to properly utilize the traffic lights and so on. It's going to take some time for people to get used to it again. Again, my concern was in relation to the programming of the traffic lights so that they operate in a proper manner. There are one or two that you see might still need a little tweaking, but generally they're working okay as far as I see. But there are one or two areas that definitely need tweaking. I saw one area, I won't say exactly where, but I saw one area in town that a warden had to come out and call the traffic because the traffic was backing up and the traffic light just wasn't changing. Yes, so the warden had to come out and call traffic and different things like that. So it definitely has to be tweaked so that situations like that do not occur again. 440-7377. Let me see. Oh, somebody wants the US number. Okay. 347-329-3101. That's 347-329-3101. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. All right? Nice. Beautiful. And again, once again, our Prime Minister has gone out. Yeah. Guess where is Dubai again? Yeah, Dubai. And I keep saying, I'm wondering if it's Dubai that running Grenada, because I find every minute you look, is Dubai, they in Dubai, they in Dubai, they in Dubai.
But they know what they do is wrong, and it's weighing their conscience down, because all men know that no man knows their hour.
And folks, we're still looking for assistance to secure that software. One person has reached out thus far. They did not give me permission to call their name. And that one person has helped us quarter the way to where we need to be in order to get that software. Because as I keep saying, in the new year, we have to be, you might still be seeing the background and them kind of thing, but we have to make sure that we improve on certain things.
So to the evil works of evil men come to come to an end. I sing.
So 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Remember, you will see the area where you can donate there. That's the Go to Fed thing, Go to Pay. Yes, you can donate there, whether it's $5, $10, $15, whatever it is, and we'll make it up and do what we have to do. But yes, as I was saying, the Prime Minister is gone again. So he's gone to an investment forum, a CBI forum again. Yeah? We have to wonder, why is it that our Prime Minister and our various ministers always seem on a monthly basis to be in Dubai? What is it with Dubai that has so attracted the present Grenadian government that they are spending such significant amounts of time there, to the point of where one minister had one of their parents vacation in Dubai as well. I ain't calling name, I ain't saying anything else on it. Yeah? They had the parent vacation in Dubai. That is how something is happening when it comes to Dubai. I think we have to look at that a little more, because something is definitely taking place. I don't know if Grenada is being run by Dubai, because it seems as though when you miss a minister, is they're gone. Right? So right now the Prime Minister has gone to another, well, somebody say, I don't know if it's monthly payments they're going and collect. Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know who going to Dubai to collect monthly payments. All I'm saying is I am concerned. And then I'm seeing certain names calling as being part of that investment forum that the Prime Minister has gone to. Yeah? I am hearing certain names calling as speakers and so on, organizers and so. I'm also hearing that the government of Grenada may be one of the sponsors of that forum in Dubai. I have serious concerns with that. Serious concerns with that. And in case those of you who listened did not pick it up, they recently had a forum in relation to the issue of CBI. And I don't have the clips with me tonight. As I told you all, I have challenges with the clips of late. But there, the person in charge of Grenada's CBI program basically said that they're still processing applications from earlier in the year. Now, if they're saying that, it means that Grenada is still giving passport to Russians, while they have closed off applications. The application is one part of the process, so that no new people can apply. The government of Grenada did not say that they would stop processing. They did not say that they would stop the processing of people under that program. Yeah, of people from Russia and Belarus. I'm just making sure I take my device off, because for some reason somebody didn't realize it's me, so they try to call me now. Right. Yeah. So Grenada is actually still processing Russians under that program. At least that is what I picked up from that CBI forum that they had. But you know the CBI forums that does have now, they had one before where they gave a set of people questions and tell them, go and ask that question in the forum. And so written question on a piece of paper, they give them paper and say, go and ask that question and that kind of thing. Right? So I don't waste my time generally with these forums. But in listening to it, I picked that up. So while they're giving the impression that no new Russians are entering, getting Grenadian passports, there may very well be people who are out of Russia that got passports this month already, and we're on the 9th day of November, who got last month and month before that. So while they have stopped taking the applications, they have announced, and we hope they stop taking the applications, because they could be saying one thing and doing something else. So while they have said that they have stopped taking the applications from people from Russia and so, when they were doing that forum in Grenville, they said, let me clarify, they said that they made so much money this year and their projections for next year are similar to how much money they made this year. Now, Grenada's CBI program has made more money this year than it has ever made in any year before. And the reason behind that is that Grenada was the only country in the OECS, in the Caribbean, that was still accepting Russian applications under our CBI program. That's the only reason that they were able to make more money than CBI has ever made. The same CBI that our good friend, Mr. Victor Nazim Burke, is now a local agent for. BSB Consulting, Hills of Eyes in Tempe. Mr. Burke, good night to you and your lovely wife. Yeah? Both CBI agents now, huh? So the same Mr. Burke is now a CBI agent. Yeah? Remember all the things that they said? I played for you all last week. All the things that they said about CBI over the years. We don't see or hear what they call the conscience of the National Democratic Congress, Mr. Tillman Thomas. He seems to be very silent on this particular issue. There seems to be within his mind no conflict of interest that the sitting Prime Minister of Grenada at this point in time, who last year was also the Minister in charge of the Citizenship by Investment Program, and the Minister of Finance, who was giving the concessions to people under the Citizenship by Investment Program, was also a local agent under the Citizenship by Investment Program, which opened the possibility to corrupt practices. Mr. Tillman Thomas had nothing to say about that. Like he catch a case of mutitis, he mute. Nothing to say about that. Yeah? Where are all the other people within the NDC that used to speak about CBI as though it was this demonic thing? Terrible thing. Now you have the Prime Minister leaving Grenada and tripsing around the world going to various CBI forums as keynote speaker, going and speak at different sections, invite people to come in. The head of the same party that used to say selling passports is wrong and selling citizenship is wrong. That's the same people that were saying that sort of thing. And now some of them who are saying it, they are the ones in charge. Yeah. So all of a sudden, people like Mr. Tillman Thomas gone quiet. The people like Miss Sandra Ferguson and various other members of civil society who raised their voices with serious concern. Friends of the Earth Grenada, you don't hear about them again with Mr. Joseph Antoine and all of you don't hear in them. Jude Bernard and all of them, you don't hear in them. Yeah? We have voices like Mr. Ray Roberts. You're hearing them talking about this obvious conflict of interest that is taking place with the sitting administration. Because I can assure you and I could bet you any money under the sun, even though I don't have it to pay, any money under the sun, that had this been taking place under a new National Party government, where you had the Prime Minister being a CBI agent, where you had the Minister of Finance being a CBI agent, where you had your ambassador for diaspora, whoever, overseas business or whatever she is, all kind of thing, and still advisor and all kind of thing, where you, and treasurer of the NDC, where you had them. If that had been in the NNP time, and you had that individual as a CBI agent and going to the CBI forums with the Prime Minister, you would have heard all those names are called just now, articles in newspaper. You would have seen them pull a placard and go and say they're protesting. They would have make sure and contact various media houses. They would have make sure to contact them so that they could have special programs. You would have hear Mr. Jude Bernard calling in. You would have hear Miss Sandra Ferguson calling in. You would have seen Mr. Tillman Thomas sit down and saying, well, this isn't right. And as a soldier for Christ, he can't sit by and allow things like that to happen. Well, he's soldier for Christ right now. I don't know if he's going back to barracks. Because he certainly ain't out there fighting. The soldier for Christ going back in barracks. But all of a sudden, it's CBI is okay. Yeah? So they're having various forums around. talking about they're going out to demystify. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. They're going to demystify the CBI program. The people who mystified was them. Was the National Democratic Congress. They were the ones that were saying all these nasty things about the CBI program now, and now have to twist them out because they are benefiting from it. We have heard the allegations of people involved in citizenship by investment, helping to fund the National Democratic Congress campaign of 2022. We have heard the allegations, inclusive of True Blue Development, the company that was just paid 22 million US by the government of Grenada after having only spent 18 million EC in Grenada, who brought a case against Grenada that Grenada would definitely win if it went to the full court, the full process. Grenada would win the case because all of the proof is there for Grenada to defend themselves. All of the facts are there for Grenada to defend themselves. But instead of proceeding with the case, they set up a committee that actually had people on the committee that were involved with that same True Blue Development Corporation that threw the case out. Decide, no, we ain't going forward with that case, we go pay all you. That is the sort of thing that has taken place now. But you're not hearing the Sandras and the Tillmans and the Rays and the Judes, all of them quiet now. They have nothing to say. Because it seems right is only right when certain people in office. But wrong is not wrong when certain people in office. So these people can't say anything. Yeah? Somebody only like to interfere with me. Yeah, right is only right according to who it is in office. And wrong is only wrong according to who it is in office. It should have been Dr. Keith Mitchell that flying to Dubai. It should have been him that was only flying to Dubai every 2 months or every month. And all his cabinet ministers up in Dubai. I don't know if they could listen. A little bit again, they could hold cabinet meeting in Dubai, you know. A little bit again, and Grenada could hold a cabinet meeting in Dubai. Because every month, not every few months, you know, every month, you have somebody from the government there. Look, somebody asking me the question, if since coming into office, if the Prime Minister has ever spent a full month on the island. No. No, he's never spent a full month on the island. But what we have to ask ourselves are, what have been the benefits to the Grenadian people from all that traveling? I have no problem if he's traveling like that and they're bringing back significant benefits to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. If they're going, and when they come back and they say, okay, we've got a donation of X amount of medical equipment, we've got a donation of this, we've got a donation of that. If that is the case, that's one thing. But when it's a case where these individuals are going out and coming back with their hand, well, I don't know if their hands swinging. I don't know if their hands swinging. All right? I don't know if their hands swinging. But I know that they're going out and they're coming back, and we're not even knowing when they go out and come back. We have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon Scott, good night.
Good night,
and good night to the lovely Grenadian people. Patty, Mr. Watts. Mr. Watts, good night. And good night to Patty and Matthew, Zingo, all the Grenadians out there who's tuning in and talking point. This Cammy saying good night to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't expect that Miss Ferguson, Mr. Tillman Thomas, and Ray Roberts and Jude and them will say anything. They won't say nothing now because it's a party that is in power and they don't want to lose their friends. So they will not speak out, Sheldon. We know that. He was NNP. Everybody they write something on Grenada Today. They write something on the other newspaper. They walk the street with a placard. They have the calling radio program. Friends of the Earth. We get all these people to make comments about that. But you won't get them. You won't get these people to say anything. A bunch of hypocrite and wicked people. You will not get them. Watch. And you know something? We as Grenadians, there are some wicked people in this country. What did Mitchell do these people? I listen to Grenadians. Some of them claim to be born again Christians. They always on the terminal sit down waiting for a bus. And they don't have nothing good to say about that poor man. If you ask some of them, what have we done to you? If we hurt you all, nobody can say. Eh? These people are very wicked. You don't get in a pastor, not one pastor in this country that preaching the word of God to come and speak out of what's going on in Grenada. The bad mind, the evil. I have no apology for evil people. And I don't trust people now. You don't know who is who, Shelan. You don't know who is who. You speak again about the medication. Every day I buy medication. Every day. Every day. I have to spend how much dollars? $50-something for 2 little ointments. I send it in America and beg my son and friends if they could send to me. Every day I have to buy the Voltaren, the injection, the tablet, the Cocodomal. When I have to pay for the Cocodomal, that's what a garlic could eat up. According to the amount the doctor gave me, from them $100, I could only buy half. And when you speak, they come in next day, they pass it, and they throw in word. I'm telling all you, Miss Camille, I do not have any skeleton in the closet here, because I don't have a closet. And when all you passing and interfere with me, I will tell all you what I know about all you. Big married woman, big married men. I will tell all you what I know about all you children. And then all you will take me to court, I will tell the magistrate exact what I tell all you. Because all you provoking people, all you just provoke me and say all kind of things. I call the radio, I speak. All you passing, don't call back the radio, it doesn't make no sense. Why are you don't call and say, what going on in all your life? Somebody begging every day. Every day, they ain't tongue, begging. Call and say that your man didn't get paid. They don't pay them weeks. I don't spread to speak. If I see the Prime Minister in the morning, Mr. Dixon Mitchell, they say the Prime Minister, I'm telling him how to tell him, Camille, I will gladly that man pass one day on the terminal and come to see me. Let me tell him how to tell him. I will never pray. The only man I say is Almighty God. Are you afraid to speak? Are you afraid I will lose your work? And are you seeing trouble? Are you choking? Are you not saying nothing? And then are you run to church Sunday morning? Wednesday are you go to prayer meeting? Then are you going to jump up and speak in tongues, different language, wickedness in high places? I am not scared. I'm not scared of none of you in Grenada. People is suffering. You have a lot of people that is suffering in this country here because I am the ground. I am the ground. People is suffering, they can't pay the bill. They're begging you for like $20. They're begging you for $10. You'll have to make up to pay me water bill. And to make up to pay me light bill. If they're getting money, if they're getting work, they won't have to do that. People don't want to rob people's garden. Every day you listen to Shaggy. Somebody go and cut somebody, sorry. They want to teach people things. If people get work, they won't want to teach nobody thing in Grenada. And somebody else sit down in America and running out your mouth. Come back home now. Come home. Come in Grenada where you want. Come. And I would have beaten up on people about Dr. Michel. Dr. Michel didn't know about this country. When are you coming Grenada? Or you don't know if it's Melville Street, if it's St. Jude Street, because he transformed Grenada. The commission and not start to work yet. None of them. I could speak of things, work that take place in this country, different parts of the country. Not only where I live in Bushaju, all over Grenada. I could speak of what Dr. Mitch. No, you heard him. You heard that man. God know the work he do in Grenada. I do not even know anything. God know the hard work he and his team did in this country. Mr. David, Miss Modest, Miss Yoranden, Miss Elmin Pierre, Miss Kate. They're among the road. They're among the road and young people ahead. Right now, I look at them by the road. Smoking ganja. That is all that's in Grenada. Marijuana, every minute they come and buy They come and buy they buy a cigarette to one mix. People frustrated, they're hungry. They're hungry. Some people hungry in Grenada. If all they don't hungry, you have some that is hungry in this country. And God knows, I'm speaking the gospel truth. I am not going to show me peace. Me am not going to show me peace. I can't be going through my peace. In my life, I never thought we are going through that kind of thing in this country now. My life was much easier under NNP. Under NNP government, Grenadians, life was better. The poor class people, life was better. Have a good night, Grenada. Who want to vex? Who want to make right? I could write. I don't care. Because I live in here. And I in the kitchen, I don't really need. Hey, we see in trouble. The Prime Minister might have a property in Dubai, Sheldon. So you never know if he have a property there and he visits the place.
But we need to know. We need to know.
Well, I understand when they take office, I didn't hear him say that. They say, he say he'll do things different. So you don't worry.
All right.
Don't worry. One of these days, the day will come, we don't know what they've been doing in Dubai all the time. We don't know what. Whatever in the dark will come in light one day. But I trust Almighty God. I trust Almighty God. Some of them will not able to live in this country when they're done with all you. Are you bad mind? Good night.
All right, Cammy.
Good night to everybody.
Good night. Yes, folks, and remember, Cammy does have the Talking Points t-shirts. She has the coconut oil, $40. She also, you could still ask her to get your ashram and those kind of things, right? Like, she still have that as well. 440-7377. And we have a caller online. Good night. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Okay, that caller is listening to the radio. Excuse me. They're not listening to. Yeah. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. And let me see if I could reach out to somebody. Okay, let me try here again. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, good night.
Good night to you. Go right ahead.
Oh.
Go right ahead. You're live. Go right ahead.
Listening? You hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to ask you a question. Which continent, let's say continent, is Dubai? Is it Asia or the Middle East?
It is in the Middle East. You asked which continent. If you're speaking about continent, I believe that would be Asia. But it is in the Middle East. The area called the Middle East. But the continent would be Asia. I think. I think. I have to double check.
What I'm saying is that they might be selling a lot of passports for the people in Dubai. So automatically they might be coming and do a lot of business here in the years to come.
Mm-hmm.
But additionally, what I firmly believe is that they are making preparation for political asylum there in the next couple of years to live and work in Dubai.
Dubai is an expensive place to live, you know. In fact, one of the most expensive on earth.
Living a happy life up there. That is good for them. That they better stay off from Grenada. And not recently, the Prime Minister was in London.
Well, he was in London over the weekend, and then from London he's gone to Dubai.
He didn't come back in Grenada.
No, from London to Dubai.
Right.
And
Well,
then from Dubai.
He could simply stay off Grenada, and only come on dry salary and go back. Every month or every half month, however he getting his money, he could just come here, take it, go back, spend the rest of the time, come back and collect again, and go back until the time expire. I think that is the best for he and for Grenada as a whole.
Okay.
Have a good night, partner.
All right. Thank you very much. And let me see, someone was trying to reach us on the overseas line. So, well, the WhatsApp line. Let me give a call there and see if I can get in contact with a good friend of mine. I'm sure it's their number that I'm seeing there. And a good night to you, my dear. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, Nursey.
Hi, how are you? I'm Sheldon. Just a
good.
special good night to my PM, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell, on my Talking Points crew. Sheldon, and the reason why I'm calling is in regards to that caller that just called a while ago. That gentleman that said he got a Zoom invitation for a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell him, brace himself for that Zoom meeting. Okay, because about a month ago, we received a call too. You know, I'm the president of the Grenada Nurses Association in New York.
Yeah.
So we received a call stating that they would like to team up. I'm not going to call names. We just received a call stating that they would like to team up with the Grenada Nurses Association for the Tea Party. Now, Sheldon, over 20 years, we've been having a tea party for the seniors in New York, Grenada seniors, senior citizen, and the nurses provide everything. We don't charge them. We take money from our pockets, and we make that tea party for them.
Mm-hmm.
So receive a call stating that they would like to team up. Okay, so short notice. First of all, I didn't want to go on the Zoom because the notice was too short. I'm a working person. I'm a busy person. You don't call, I'm a grown person. You don't call me today or 2 days, a day before and say the Zoom meeting is on that day. First of all, ask me what my schedule is, okay? And we gonna agree to a time okay. So I did go on the Zoom meeting. As soon as I went on the Zoom meeting, in like 5 minutes, I got off. The reason for me getting off, because you're asking to team up with the Grenada Nurses Association to have a tea party, but yet you have everything already planned. So I got on the Zoom meeting and I introduced myself that I'm representing the Grenada nurses. And then I hear, oh, well, everything was taken over already. Okay, so we're going to do this like that. This is going to be done. This is going to be done. This is our event. How do you come and disrespect us like that? To take our event and take it as yours and telling us what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Okay, so I got off the Zoom meeting because I realized since you don't plan everything, you don't need the Grenada nurses anymore. So you guys go ahead and do your stuff. Okay. Shortly after that, I got another phone call stating that we should give them the program for the tea party. Okay, I'm not giving any program to nobody. Then we got on another Zoom. We were told, okay, another Zoom. We went on the other Zoom. And this time, it was the duties were delegated to us as what we're supposed to do. Because this is a jubilee and this is they want the prime minister to look good. If all the prime ministers have to look good, and if mine don't look good, nobody else don't looking good. I'm sorry. That's not the purpose of it. And on top of that, they want to disrespect us and tell us we're full of shit when we said we're not going to go along with this. Sheldon, how disrespectful this is.
No, I myself, it wouldn't reach the other side, all that thing, because
no.
you know long I don't cuss and go on, eh?
I wanted to see how far it would go.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, the first day I didn't spend 5 minutes. I just clicked and I got off because I'm a busy person. I have my charts. I just came from work, quickly took a shower to get on it. I have my patients chart to close before the night ends. And I gone on that Zoom meeting to hear this stupidness. So I got off. Okay, but then again, then on top of that, we a tea party and you're telling us, oh, we, the nurses, are supposed to make rice and peas and make this because you want something grand and big, do it yourself. Come telling me, do rice and peas and I have to pay for it from my pocket. What? Are these people out of their mind, Sheldon? So you already showed me that and I said to them, I said, this is not a political event. This is a Grenada nurses event. It is not an NNP. It is not an NDC. Don't come and put it political. So when I go and I put my post on Facebook now saying, okay, then we need to have our own celebration because we are completely locked out from what's going on, people want to come under my post and talk a bunch of trash.
No, but I think the mere fact that they said they're trying to make their prime minister look good says where their head is at. It's not that we're trying to make we're trying to make Grenada look good, you know. Not that we're trying to make our island look good or people.
That kept me so. That took the cake because I was so upset. If you like you said, you want to make the senior citizen happy, but they're like I said, grand. Our stuff is always grand. The seniors come out every year. They enjoy. We don't give them plastic plates. We don't give them paper cups. We don't give them none of those things. They get proper utensils because we make it grand. So what is it that's not grand all the years? You know, I don't understand. And then the disrespect. That's what I couldn't take, Sheldon. I couldn't take the disrespect. And like I said, I'm a grown person. We are all professionals in the Grenada Nurses Association. Do not come and try to disrespect us. And telling me you want your PM to look good. Well, I want mine to look good too. And as a matter of fact, he is looking good. He's vibrant, intelligent, and y'all take that because I really don't care. All of y'all are listening underneath there. That's the reason why I say NNP should have their own gala because of your foolishness.
But I'm still trying to understand, why is it necessary to make the Prime Minister look good? He has to look good by his works and his deeds. Not other people go and they have a big event and they bring him out and he dress up like a fowl cock on a Sunday morning and come out. No, I mean, how does that benefit the man out there who's looking for a job or the young lady that has a sick child and can't afford the medication? How does that benefit them that he looking good?
And you are starting to make it political. This should be every Grenadian. It should be everybody, not NNP, not GLP, not NDC, not whoever it is. Since these people came into party last year, Sheldon, it's been this separation. The flyer and all last year was all yellow. Sheldon, for years I've been going to that gala every year. I remember I used to come from work, take a shower, dress, go to the gala, come back home, take a shower and go to work. That's how much I used to enjoy the gala. I can't no more. From the time I see that flyer last year with all that yellow and you start making it political, that's not for me. What am I doing there?
You know, in Grenada, we have a word.
That's a slap in the face.
But you know, in Grenada, we have a word that we use called gale. I think I will start to spell gale, G-A-L-A, gale. Yeah, I ain't saying no gala again. Anytime they go on gale.
Well, and then we need to show them what gala, because that kind of stupidness with all that money they're charging them poor people. And I'm trying to say to myself, these people in Grenada, there are some people that cannot afford a ticket for $500. You're going to tell me if I can't afford it, I can't go? No, especially for the people that voted for that party. You should make it in a way that everybody should be able to afford it at some time. Every time you look, it goes higher. They started with 2, then they went to 4. Just now, you're going to be $6,000. This is ridiculous. And then on top of that, the disrespect I couldn't take. I was blue, man. I couldn't take the disrespect. Don't come and disrespect people like that. This is our event. You want to tell us we're full of shit? What kind of stupidness is that? Because we said, no, we're not going to go along with you telling us what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Nah, that is upsetting.
I just want to tell that gentleman, brace himself for that Zoom thing, because I already know. I already know what's coming to him. Because it's the same thing.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much. How are things otherwise, though? And
Everything is fine.
tell the folks who want the Talking Points T-shirt update how to find you.
Yeah.
Inbox me, and I'll give them the contact.
Okay. They could just hit me up in Messenger too, and then I'll get their number and I'll communicate with them.
Okay, great. Thank you so very much, my dear. All right.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Yes, that's my nurse. Yes. And we have another call online. Good night. Hello. Good night. Listen to the phone line, caller. Hello. Hello. Okay, yeah, that person was listening to the tail end of the conversation there and not the phone line. Callers, just remember, don't listen to the computer when you take the phone. Put it to your, listen to the phone, right? So we'll be able to have that conversation. All right, 440-7377. Yeah, we mean you're trying to make your prime minister look good. It's not necessary. You're supposed to be trying to make your country. This is not supposed to be about your prime minister. This is supposed to be about your country. This is supposed to be about helping your country and to improving the image of your country. I would think that if I am going to be part or involved in any organization outside of Grenada, in regards to Grenada, it must be about improving Grenada, not about who looking good and this kind of thing. That's nonsense as far as I'm concerned. We've got a caller online. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night, my dear. You're live?
Program?
Yes, it is. You're live right now.
Okay, I'm saying thumbs up to the last woman that talked there and have a blessed night.
All right, my dear.
Okay.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, if it's one thing with Nursey, she has a lot of passion, eh? We have another call online. Good night.
Good night, Sharon.
Hi, good night. Just lower the volume. Just lower the volume in the background first. You're live right now.
Okay, good night, Sharon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Well, we're talking about Dubai. Our prime minister is going to Dubai. What's the name of the place he's going to? Dubai. Bye, Grenada. Is he saying bye-bye to Grenada, or he telling Grenada bye?
Or you telling them to buy Grenada?
Yes. Either Dubai buy, the people buy Grenada, or he saying bye-bye to Grenada. He didn't come back.
I like that one.
So, Shalon?
Yes, ma'am.
It's our thing they're saying, go where you're looking or look where you're going. Our prime minister, I don't know where you're going or where you're looking. There's something wrong with our prime minister. Something wrong.
Yeah, but them trips to Dubai, I think that that had to be flagged, man. Something up there. Those regular trips there.
I was listening to you about the CBI program where this amongst Russians. It's not really a CBI program they have, you know. What they do have is migrants coming to Grenada from Russia, and so they open the border to let the migrants in. Don't bother with them. They say a CBI program. Grenada coming, our prime minister is like a puppet on a string, so they just bouncing him up and down. And so they have him as a big puppet, and the little ones following him behind. So I just can imagine our prime minister making our small island and just trying to develop ourselves look so shame in the eyes of the bigger world. They just have our prime minister. It makes me feel less of a Grenadian with this prime minister.
Let me tell you one thing though. Don't ever allow anybody to make you feel less of a Grenadian, eh? Be a Grenadian. Be a Grenadian and be proud. You can
I'm
love
proud
your
to be a Grenadian, but what he doing?
You can love your country and dislike your government.
Making me shame.
Oh gosh. Well, we know for that one. But I am still proud to be a Grenadian. I ain't feeling no less a Grenadian.
Right, you.
Yeah,
I'm
bowing my head.
my flag anywhere I go.
Yes, of course.
Right? But I just don't like our prime minister making our flag look less than in the eyes of the bigger world. We're supposed to be flying. It's the most beautiful flag you could get flying. All the flags of the world, we have an outstanding flag. But our prime minister is just making it always seems like the breeze is blowing downwards, and all the rest of flag getting the upper breeze.
Of course.
Yeah, I too. Have a blessed night.
Same to you, my dear. Yeah, in my mind, let me take this call and then I'll tell you all my thoughts on an aspect of this. Okay, we lost that call. Call back 4407377. In my mind, there's an attempt to try to cast Deacon Mitchell as Grenada's new Maurice Bishop. They have been looking at Maurice's speeches outside of Grenada, and they're trying to recreate that same sort of thing with Deacon Mitchell. They've been trying to... Let me take this call. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
Good night. How are you doing?
Hey, Sheldon, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what is Grenada's main export product?
Passports right now? Right now it's passports?
That, that's all I had to ask.
All right, brother. Yeah, that's the main export crop right now, passports. Yeah? So, no, but seriously, you know, because when you check the amount of money that they're making off of passports as opposed to everything else, it's passports. Yeah? And people, okay, I'll solve that problem. Yeah, people have been saying, though, that they are seriously concerned with the fact that the vast majority of people who have become Grenadian citizens through the CBI program for the year 2023 are from one particular area, Russia. Yeah? But not only are Grenadians at home concerned about this, you have Grenadians outside of Grenada who are concerned about this as well. And now to hear them say that the amount of money they made in 2023 out of CBI, that they are projecting that for 2024 they're going to make just about the same amount of money, if just about a 10 or 15 million less. They are projecting similar amounts of money for the year 2024 based on the fact that you had that pipeline directly to Grenada from Russia straight to Grenada and citizenship. So if you're projecting that you're going to make that same amount of money in 2024, it means that they have a significant number of applications in from individuals from Russia. So even today, we could have had people that got their Grenadian citizenship today who are from Russia. That is taking place in no other Caribbean country. Grenada signed an agreement that that wouldn't happen. But remember, at the same time they were signing the agreement, they okayed a marketing agent for Grenada's CBI program in Russia. You all forget, we spoke about that on a program earlier in the year. At the same time that they were okaying, signing that we're not going to be accepting any applications from Russia, they at around the same time, they approved a marketing agent for the CBI program in Russia. So we are still having these Russians becoming part of our CBI program. So there are a lot of Ivanoviches and whatever name, all kind of thing, that are now Grenadian, out of Russia, that are now Grenadian, in significant numbers. They accuse NNP of all kind of thing. All kind of thing. But right now we are seeing these significant numbers of Russians becoming Grenadian citizens with all the rights that Grenadians have. Just remember that, with all the rights that Grenadians have. Pick sense out of nonsense. Because a certain question was asked in Grenville. I'll deal with that. Apart from that, I'll deal with that on Monday night. But a certain question was asked in Grenville. And who asked it have me seriously concerned about certain aspects of what is taking place now with Grenada's CBI program. I am very concerned. I already suspect that corrupt acts are taking place in Grenada's CBI program now. Let me say it again, just in case they want to sue. I want to make sure that they remember it was repeated. I already suspect that corrupt acts are taking place at this time in Grenada's CBI program. Yeah, I have my suspicions. Right? I can definitely tell you that there are problems when you come to the Integrity in Public Life Act and the positions of various people that are involved in Grenada's CBI program at this time. There's already a problem there. Serious one too. Because people who sign in to give the people the citizenship at the end of the day, these people are local agents. They have breached the CBI Act itself by not putting the names. They put the company name, but they're not putting the people who are the agents. So they take out Mr. Dennis Cornwall name. They take out Mr. Deacon Mitchell name. They take their name off. They leave their company, but they take their name off. Yeah? But we have it copied already from when the name was there. And we have it now that they take it off because we don't know who you think you're fooling. But the law is the law. The name should be back. Either that or remove them as local agents. One or the other. Yeah? So there are serious concerns. And let me tell you, there are other countries that are looking at what's taking place in Grenada with that CBI program and the volume of people from one specific territory who have that pipeline directly to Grenada and Grenadian citizenship and may use that citizenship then to enter into their territory. So now you have the European Union who are saying, they have their report out that are saying that they are concerned with the CBI programs within the Eastern Caribbean, CBI programs in general, but the CBI programs of 5 countries in the Eastern Caribbean. And I heard the person who heads up CBI for Grenada saying he didn't know about that. Lie! You could don't know about that. So if you didn't know about that, you need to lead the work. Seriously. When he was asked that question, saying he didn't know what they're talking about, if you don't know about that, time for you to lead the work. It makes sense you're staying there. Or you could not know about that. There are serious concerns in my mind when it comes to Grenada's CBI program at this time. This government for itself told you that the CBI program was being run properly and everything was okay with Grenada's CBI program. So in other words, what was taking place under the New National Party was okay. We have a caller online. Good night. Hello. Hi, good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Yeah, well, I was watching some photos today when I watched the Prime Minister in England.
Mm-hmm.
But now again to find out that he's in Dubai.
Well,
now he going to Dubai, you know, he had to put his best foot forward. Because one thing with Dubai, the person who's running Dubai, they never change him. And he always looking to go up and up and up and up and up. And he trying to make he's trying to make his country the best. He always trying to develop and always trying to help all the citizens and everything. So if Deacon Mitchell is trying to go to Dubai to get help, he better put the best foot forward. Because if he don't put the best foot forward,
with colored socks,
embarrassment.
With multicolor socks.
Well, you had to try something, man. You had to try something. I mean, these people on them is not so easy to be smiling and grinning with. They're not that easy to smile and grin. Remember, he going in very, very bad waters. He going in, not very good waters. So you know what he had to do. He had to put the best foot forward.
Let me ask you a question.
I guess that's the reason why he put on colorful socks.
But let me ask you a question though. Do you not think that the US government, the Canadian government, the UK government, and the governments who are within the European Union and others are looking very closely at Grenada as a point where Russians can be entering into their country utilizing Grenada as an entry point? Because they could now have a Grenadian passport. Whereas if they had the Russian passport, they may be flagged. They are now going to be having a Grenadian passport. Because it's a point in time that they do not want these people entering their territories. They don't want them. Yeah?
Well, you see, that is where the whole corruption go in now. Because remember, it have a media influencer that came down to Grenada. I follow him on TikTok and Facebook and stuff, and he goes around the world and says certain things about these countries and how they did great and everything. And he came down here and he talked about our country, love the island. He loved how the campus is, the SU campus and everything. And he said the one thing about Grenada, they don't have an army. And that was something I said he shouldn't have said. We do not have an army.
But believe me, that one is known. This is 2023. People could find that out in seconds.
That is known, eh?
Yeah.
But for the Russians and them now to get our passports, that putting us now on a mark now, a target now, all right, on our back for the US, for England and everybody now to watch what the Russians are doing. Because for them to come in our country now and, people watching it in a kind of way, trust me, this still looking nice. So I understand what you're saying. I really and truly do understand what you're saying. But as all they say, you have to sell some to get some.
Let me ask you this though. Do you not see each of the moves that are being done by the people who have encircled the present Prime Minister are moves to try and make him look like if he's Maurice Bishop? When he took over the leadership of the NDC, they started to craft this image of him as the new Maurice Bishop, and they've been mouthing that off. Picture of him sitting reading with children. Pictures of him with old lady. There's this very famous picture of Maurice Bishop with an elderly lady fondling his beard, playing with his face. And they've been trying to recreate that picture as much as possible with Deacon Mitchell. They've been trying to get that sort of picture out. So that's why you usually travel with your own cameraman and that kind of thing when you go in England and different thing, Does take a whole cameraman from Grenada and pay for him and go with him too, So they've been trying.
As the lady said, they're trying to make the Prime Minister look good.
Well, because even with the different activities that they're having outside there, Maurice Bishop went and he spoke at Hunter College. There's another speech that he did at a point in time that's very popular. It's out there as well. One from 1983 and so. And they are trying to create that sort of image, that sort of impression of Deacon Mitchell being the next Maurice Bishop out there talking to the diaspora and getting this great round of applause. But at least when Maurice Bishop spoke, there was significant content and depth to what he was speaking about. Yeah, he was speaking about things not only on the Grenada side, but regionally and internationally, and things on behalf of the African as a race. He was speaking about a lot of things deep. When Deacon Mitchell speaks, is basically self-aggrandizement. Is like, it's the best thing since sliced bread and Grenada nice now, come home.
Well, you see now, Sheldon, how I understand it, and since you give me that picture there with the Maurice Bishop and everything now, and how they painted him now, this brings back the whole topic now that NDC is not coming up with anything new. You're just taking things that people already done before, and you're trying to say that you do it, and you're just changing the name. So when they're trying to give this kind of impression that he looking like something like a Maurice Bishop, and he doing like this like Maurice Bishop, that means he just copywriting. You're not bringing up anything new. You come into power. What you supposed to do? You supposed to create your own spark, your own flair, your own way that people will love you for you. Not copy somebody imagery and somebody thoughts and speak and do alike and trying to follow in their footsteps. You go in your own footsteps. Alright? If I became Prime Minister and I take after Keith, I don't gonna do what Keith did. I will try to do what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to try to follow in his footsteps. I have to create my own legacy. The man created his legacy already. Now it's my turn. I cannot go and copyright and do what the man think. The man put out things on them already. I had to come up with something new. But if this was what they're trying to do, this is just showing you that these men and them are just copywriting. And they will get sued. They cannot copyright. You have to come up with your own initiative and your own speech and your own way of life. This kind of thing they're doing there is not right. And the thing is, you're not supposed to be making yourself look good. You're supposed to make the Grenadian people look good. You're supposed to make your country looking good. All right?
You know, a point here, and somebody was pointing that out. I can't remember if it's on, somebody told me that face-to-face or if they pointed it out on the program, but it's not something that I picked up. It's something that someone else picked up. Maurice Bishop's wife was speaking at Heroes Day thing that they had. And she made a statement that I hope the Prime Minister listened to carefully. She spoke of that Maurice was, in fact, it's on Jenny Simon's program. I heard that, right, on Jenny Simon's program. And she was speaking about the fact that she hoped the Prime Minister listened to Ms. Bishop, because she was speaking about the fact that when he became Prime Minister, they decided for security reasons to move from the house that they were to another house. And that they visited some houses, big, massive houses, and so is the revolution time. They could get whichever house they wanted and so on. And Maurice decided that he would not move into this big, expensive kind of house when you still have people living in shack and different things in different parts of Grenada. Yeah? So,
I understand that.
But she was saying that in front of a man that refused to live in the Prime Minister's residence. He find it too low class for him, and have his little brown nosers and bottom feeders saying these kind of nonsense out there about, it overlooking River Road. The same River Road they want to go and play the giving people land now, that it overlooking River Road, right? Instead, they want place with swimming pool and ocean view. Yeah, that's what they want. So when they're speaking, and even when they bring people, I hope they're listening, because that was a very important message that she was sending to him, and I don't know if it got through. Yeah,
I don't think he got through. I think he got through. I think he went in one end, he come out the next. Because the way things are going right now, because for one thing, and I sure I can ask it that, and I know for surety that will click in your mind. When you become Prime Minister, aren't you supposed to be going in the Prime Minister's house?
Well, that is how it's supposed to be, but it has not been so this time around. Yeah?
Because I don't think he does go up there.
No, Montreal is not being utilized. I don't think it has ever been utilized by this current Prime Minister. Yeah? And the thing is this, okay, if you say that there's a problem with Mount Royal, the official Prime Minister's residence, then the next thing that we should hear is that, hey, we are going to rebuild. All countries rebuild the Prime Minister's residence and thing from time to time. I know in Trinidad they redid it. I think in Dominica, different places, they rebuild. And not like a hurricane hits and they have to rebuild. But that sometimes you say you want to upgrade and you want to modernize, and so you decide you're going to build it over and so. So yeah, nothing is wrong with saying that you want to upgrade the Prime Minister's residence and so, and you seek funding, or you use the same CBI funding or whatever, and you do it over. Yeah? But you're not even hearing that talk. All you're hearing is that not good enough and we don't stay in there. So whether it's 3 years or 2 years, because they ain't going to make a 5, that they're in office, they mean every month they're going to continue to pay for a facility with no plan of how to develop the facility that they say is not up to standard. Yeah?
That is just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand, because I mean, I listen to your nurse. I mean, I had to give you applause for that. You have your own special nurse.
Yeah, that's all of us nurse too, but as a disclaimer, that's all our nurse.
Because it's something she said when I was listening to it, and you know that bring back that you were right. They just copywriting. Because if she's the one that said that, okay, They just throw down this nursing event, for all the nurses and everything, and they want to come and claim it as theirs. Why every time they always doing that? Come and claim something that is not theirs. Why don't y'all come up with something new? I try to understand. Everything somebody start or somebody did already, you just want to just come and just take, and make all yourself look good. And every time when you watch it, you didn't see a different color, and I only seen yellow. That's not right.
Let's see.
Right now,
Let's see. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
As I say, right now, as how things are going, I'm not even checking on this NDC, this NNP. Right now, we supposed to be thinking as one. That we supposed to be doing, thinking as one, not just putting aside NNP people and lead them out and only think about the NDC people. No, it's not supposed to be like that. Everybody is one. A vote is a vote. People think for the party that done squash and gone already. Right now is to just think about the country itself. That is what we're thinking about, the country, the people. Not no party wise and party this and this color this and that color this. I'm not intrigued in this thing. Right now, we just have to put aside all the differences and say, okay, nothing, all of we is one. Let we work as one. Not this thing about, okay, so use green, now I ain't giving you no work. Oh, use yellow, okay, I'll take you. No. What is that all about? That is wrong. Somebody working in a place, just because that person is green, you're kicking them out and bringing somebody that's yellow? Well, they don't help in all the country. You that's what it does always say. You're weeding out the competition.
My brother, we got to wrap it there because time running out on me. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution.
All right.
Enjoy. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Folks, yes, we're into the final few minutes of tonight's program. Just a reminder, let me just pull it up here quickly. Yeah, because you have the Oil Down and Old Talk that is taking place this Saturday, and it's going to be taking place on 535 East 19th Street between Newkirk and Ditmas. Let me give you that again. 535 East 19th Street between Newkirk and Ditmas. That is the Oil Down and Old Talk NNP New York chapter. They are going to be having that one. All right. And then next week, remember the fish fry. That's the Carriacou and Petit Martinique New National Party branch. We'll be giving you more info in relation to that. We've got a call online. Good night. Hello.
Hi, good night, Shogun.
Hi, good night.
Good night, Shogun.
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
I just like to ask a question. Did Dr. Mitchell live at the Prime Minister's residence?
Yes, he did live at the Prime Minister's residence, Mount Royal. He did reside there.
For all of his homework?
Yeah, he did reside there. That's where the Prime Minister's residence is, so he was there. I mean, yes, he had his private house, his private property that he would visit from time to time, but he was based at the Prime Minister's residence.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem, my dear. All right.
Alrighty.
Okay. 4407377. And yeah, I was telling you all, Carriacou and Petit Martinique New York chapter, they're having their fish fry fundraiser, and that is taking place next week Saturday, not this Saturday, next week Saturday, November the 18th from 12 p.m. until music by DJ Gemini. For your tickets, you can contact Nisha on 347-683-1997, Jacinta on 917-615-4918, and Wilson on 917-754-1319. For those of you that just want to head right there, ticket or no ticket, it's on 302 East 91st Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11212 between Lenox and Clarkson. Let me give you that address again. It's 302 East 91st Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11212 between Lenox and Clarkson. So that's the Carriacou and Petit Martinique New York chapter. They've got their fish fry fundraiser, and that is coming up on Saturday, November the 18th. All right, so we're looking forward to that one as well. All right, so hey, Marilyn, yes, I got your message. Yeah, I got your message. And, you know, I keep getting these messages about what used to be the Ministry of Youth, Sport, and Religious Affairs, Ministry of Youth, Sport, and Culture. I keep getting these calls in relation to that ministry. That it basically doesn't exist. November, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be Youth Month. You're not hearing of activities. In fact, you're hearing that people are being sent home from that ministry. Quite a few have already been sent home, and other people are being sent home from that ministry. And you wonder what's going on. Where is the youth development agenda that the NDC boasted that they have? Where is their youth development agenda? Is there a youth development agenda by the NDC? Because what we keep seeing, what we keep hearing, is that the Ministry of Youth, Sport, and Culture is now becoming a statutory body. So with the National Sports Council, you've basically changed the Ministry of Sports into a statutory body. Because when you read the act and all the things that they have responsibility for, all the things the CEO has responsibility for under that, you realize that you basically are no use for a Ministry of Sports again. Because the National Sports Council take over nearly everything that the Ministry of Sports was doing. So it's now a statutory body. Yeah? The same goes with the Ministry of Culture. If you really check what's there in the Cultural Foundation Act and so on, the Spice Mass Act, you'd realize that quite a few of the things that were initially under the Ministry of Culture back in the days is now under statutory bodies, 2 statutory bodies. Researching your cultural heritage and gathering all the information, all of that is now under a statutory body. So you barely really have a need for a ministry called the Ministry of Culture, because that is what the Cultural Foundation is supposed to be doing, according to the Act. And now the Ministry of Youth, you're not hearing anything about Empower. You're not hearing anything about Imani or replacement for Imani. You're not hearing anything about the Youth Enterprise Program. You're not hearing anything about the business centers that was set up by the past administration to assist young people in business at different parts of the country. You're not hearing anything about those things. All of them seem to have been lost. Instead, you're only hearing one thing after the other about the minister. One thing. 1 minute is the minister this, the minister that, the minister bongs this one, the minister don't care, the minister, all sorts of things. That's what you're hearing. Instead of you hearing that this is happening and that is happening. Yeah, they do some CV writing thing. That was done by the New National Party over the past few years. That was being done. So that is nothing that they came in and decide, hey, let's do something where we teach young people how to write a CV. That is not new. The New National Party did that. In fact, who was the minister at the time? I think it was Kate Lois Peters. I think she was the minister at the time. They had that done. You also have had job fairs and so for the young people that was done. But what have you seen for young people? Young people out there, what has this government done for you? Seriously, what have they done for you that's going to benefit you? Jumping around and saying we young is one thing, But what have they done that's going to benefit you as a young person? That you can now look at and say, in 5 years, this is where I'm going to be. In 10 years, this is where I'm going to be. Because government is helping me to get there. Or even independent of government, they have created the atmosphere where I'm able to move from point A to point B. There's nothing. Total failure. That's why I'll continue to say, all you just shame to say all you go in and shuffle cabinet. All you just shame. All you shuffle them PSs already and more to come. But all you just shame to say that all you go in and shuffle cabinet. And now that I say it tonight, you know what they're going to do? They'll put it back a little further. So it's either they come and they talk about shuffling cabinet. At the end of the budget speech, you're going to hear them hinting at it. They'll start to hint. Yeah, that they're going and shuffle cabinet. And then after the budget speech, maybe in the new year, you're going to hear, well, we're making some changes to ministerial portfolios. Yeah? The changes all you should make to ministerial portfolios, call an election and we go back to the polls. You go find out about ministerial portfolios. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. in everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you. And indeed, folks, remember, we're still looking for assistance to get the software. There are 2 specific types of software. If you want to message me, I can tell you exactly what we're looking to purchase. One of them alone is going to cost roughly about 175 or so US, and the other one is around the same costing as well. All right, I don't know if they're going and have Thanksgiving sale on software. They do have Thanksgiving sale on software, but we do need assistance in order to get those software so we can operate the program properly and in the way that we ought to operate it. So those of you that can donate, whether it's $5, $10, so we make up and do it, go right ahead and do so. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you in whatever you say and do. As we said, do it safe and secure. And we'll be back next week with more Talking Points. Remember, from what I've picked up, Jenny Simon's program, Simon Says, is going to be on 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. So we look forward to seeing that particular one. On Sunday, you have the extension with Master Carl and Devon Romaine. Devon! Yeah, and so that's going to be Igwe. You're going to have those guys on Sunday with that program. That is the extension. All right, so we look forward to that particular one. Again, I am out.